Welcome to my channel, Gadgets for Gentlemen. I'm super excited because today a new watch arrived in my watch collection, the SEIKO Prospex SRPC39K1, also known as the Mini Turtle. I think it is a beautiful watch. I found it on eBay Germany for only 260 euros, second hand, only a few months old. I decided to pull the trigger. Today it arrived from Germany to the Netherlands, and I'm super thrilled to unbox this watch, share with you the specifications, give you some close-up shots, and I will round up this video by sharing with you my initial impressions on this watch. So please get ready to dive into this video. So let's start unboxing. This watch comes in this very plain looking SEIKO box. Let's take off the outer box. And here inside we can find a very solid box. And in the outer box we can find some user instructions and we can find some international guarantee. So let's open this hard box. Wow, this is really pretty. I think it looks absolutely stunning. What we can see here is a beautiful black rubber strap and a beautiful blue dial and a blue bezel. Attached to the watch is the SEIKO tag. It reads SEIKO Prospex, and on the back we can find the reference number as well as the caliber. The watch is not running, it needs to be charged. So let me unscrew the crown. And now the crown is in the neutral position. Now we can slowly hand wind the movement. And you can see after already 2 spins, the second hand started to run. So this is how we hand wind the movement, and to set the time we can take the crown to the second position and then we can change the time. So today it's the 27th, 7 p.m. So let's change the time and change the date. This watch, unlike the bigger Turtle, only features a date and no day. At the 3 o'clock position we can see that above this white date wheel we can find this cyclops, this externally applied crystal magnifies the date and makes it therefore easier to read the date. So here we are dealing with about 9 a.m. Midday, so this makes about 7 p.m. Then we can press down the crown again and the movement starts running again. So beautiful hacking function. And to screw down the crown, all we gotta do is press down the crown and rotate it. Let's proceed by giving you the most important specifications on this watch. As you can see, this specific model comes on this beautiful black rubber strap with a beautiful signed SEIKO buckle as well as a keeper. The watch has a beautiful blue dial and a blue bezel. The bezel is 120 clicks, unidirectional. It has an aluminum insert and it operates very smoothly. For this watch, I think the bezel aligns properly. I've read with some of the SEIKO dive watches, the alignment of the bezel is problematic, to say the least. This beautiful watch has a hardlex mineral crystal. It has 20mm lugs, which make it very easy to change the strap, especially with those drilled lugs. All you need is a toolbar or paper clip to change the strap. At the 3 o'clock position, we can find that crown, which is very atypical, because in most dive watches from SEIKO, we can find the crown at the 4 o'clock position. It's unsigned, so no logo on the crown. So this watch is 200 meters water resist. It is ISO certified. We can see here on the back of this watch, we can find a solid screw down case back with that beautiful SEIKO logo, which I think it looks a bit like a wave or a tsunami. This pattern we can also see at the very bottom of the rubber strap. I think the dial is very clear and very plain. It is a bit cramped. At the 6 o'clock position, there's quite a lot of information, including that Prospex logo. It reads automatic divers 200 meters. Inside this watch, we can find a SEIKO in-house movement, the caliber 4R35. This movement allows for hacking and hand wind. The movement has a power reserve of 41 hours. It operates at a frequency of 21,600 beats per hour. It has an accuracy of about -35 to +45 seconds a day. The movement has 23 jewels, and it's well known to be very reliable, and it's very affordable to have this kind of movement serviced. Since we're dealing with a dive watch, this watch has plenty of applied lume bright. Here at the 12 o'clock position on the bezel, we can find a small pip of lume. We can also find the lume applied to the hour markers, as well as the minute and hour hand. And even on the back of the second hand, on that little round pip, we can find plenty of lume. The retail price for this particular model is about $360 US. This watch also comes in a couple of different variants. First of all, this watch can be found in a J version and in a K version. This is the K version. If you prefer a black dial version of this watch, those are available with both the rubber strap and as well on a beautiful metal bracelet by SEIKO. The reference numbers are the SRPC39K1 and the reference number SRPC37K1. I also urge you to look into a very funky version of this mini turtle, which is the Paddy edition. It features a Pepsi bezel, and the dial has a wavy black grayish pattern. I think it looks absolutely stunning, but I think this particular version that I'm holding here is a bit more versatile compared to the Pepsi bezel. Although this dive watch is quite modern, it was released in 2018. The dimensions of this watch are very special, at least for me, since I have small size wrists coming at about 6.3 inches. This watch has a diameter of about 42 millimeters. The watch has a very short lock-to-lock distance, I believe even shorter than my mid-size dive watch, the SEIKO SKX 013. The dimension of this lock-to-lock distance is only 42.5 millimeters, and the thickness of this watch is only 13 millimeters. The watch case has a combination of brushed and polished parts. So those were the most important specifications on this watch. Now let's jump into the initial impressions. I think the positioning of the crown at the 3 o'clock position is quite nice because it makes the watch more symmetrical. I think this combination of a blue dial and a blue bezel with all these white indices, white date wheel, and white markers look very nice and make a very nice addition to the watch collection. I do have a lot of black dials in my collection, so I think a bit of navy blue looks very nice. I think on the black rubber strap this watch looks extraordinary, but I think in the near future I might upgrade this strap for a metal bracelet by Strapcode. I'm talking here about the Angus Jubilee, and I think that metal bracelet on this watch will look absolutely stunning. All in all, what I can say so far, I really like the look of this watch, and it wears extremely well. I think the bezel operates very smoothly. Really like the ease of using this bezel, and the notches on the bezel I noticed are somewhat different from my other SEIKO dive watches. And also I noticed earlier, or I told you, that the crown is situated at the 3 o'clock position. I really like the look of it. Looks very symmetrical. The only thing that I'm slightly concerned with is I don't see any crown guards here, and at the 3 o'clock position it might be possible to bump into something with that crown. So yeah, that's the only negative thing about the crown at the 3 o'clock position. I love the placement of the 3 o'clock, but no crown guards. I'm a bit afraid that I will knock it against something. I think it's a beautiful piece. You have beautiful functions of hacking, hand winding, and especially with my smaller wrists, with that short lug-to-lug distance, I think this watch is truly a crowd pleaser. I truly love this rubber strap, so that's why I decided to go for the black rubber strap and buy an aftermarket metal bracelet from Strapcode. They just make impeccable quality metal bracelets. So what do I think of this watch? Well, I haven't tested it fully, but so far I think this watch looks absolutely stunning. It wears very small, very versatile on my tiny wrists, and I think at this price point I don't see a lot of alternatives for guys having smaller size wrists who want to wear dive watches. You might also want to look at the SEIKO SKX 009, 007 and 013. Those have also quite small lug-to-lug distances. And if lug-to-lug distance is no big concern, you can also look at the Orient Ray, Orient Mako, or you can also go, of course, go for the original turtle by SEIKO. I will follow up this video in the near future by presenting to you my final review, sharing with you everything you need to know about this watch and how it operates in its daily use. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, then please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Also check out my website and check out my Instagram page. So thank you so much for watching, and see you soon.